God warns someone is stopping your miracle. Don't skip this because what I am about to tell you will change how you see everything. You need to stop what you are doing right now. Pay close attention because I have something important to say. You can listen to this even when you are not doing anything. You need to pay attention. When I was writing this message, I learned something about you that made me stop and be quiet for a while. I am not talking about something you planned or something you did to get people to like you, something that came from deep inside you and was so natural that you had no idea how much of an effect you had on things you cannot see. What you did really shocked God. Not just a little because it was so powerful. Archangel Michael looked at you. He is in charge of God's armies and beat Lucifer. It was impossible for someone who has been through a lot and is carrying a lot to act the way you did. You had every reason to act differently, but you didn't. Soon as you become a subscriber and turn on all notifications, I'll tell you about the exact moment when heaven stopped and looked at you. It will change how you remember all the hard times and little wins that no one saw. Don't stop reading until the end. I'll tell you what you did that God noticed. Why Archangel Michael asked to look into your case and what this means for the rest of your life this past week. Type "Amen" in the comments if you felt like you lost touch with who you used to be or like something inside you changed. This will help you understand everything else. In the spirit world, a lot of souls are always being watched. They protect you and show you the way. A lot of the time, people behave in clear ways. People often get angry when they are hurt. People want to get even with people who hurt them. When things aren't fair, they get mad. Things have been this way for a very long time. But once in a very long time, a soul does something so different from what people normally do that it creates a moment of pure wonder in heaven. Not long ago, you made one of those times happen. You were going through one of the worst times not long ago, and it felt like something was pulling you down. It looked like you couldn't handle the weight of another day, and everyone would have understood if you gave up or were mean to them. But you did something different. And now you need this. It's not enough to just get by. Some people stay alive because they won't give up or because they have no other choice. That doesn't matter to heaven. I really like what you did. Because of what happened, you had every right to be mad and bitter. You were wronged by the person or thing that hurt you. It's not what you thought it would be. There was real pain from real things. Right then, your human side was screaming at you to react with the same negative energy you were feeling. Your mind was full of sensible ideas about getting even or just coldly pulling away. But somewhere inside you picked something else. You chose to be nice even though you could have been mean. Remember that you could have said something mean, but you chose not to. You looked out for them even though it was a chance to show everyone what they did wrong. There were times when it might not have been a bad idea to leave, but you stayed and tried again. Heaven saw you when you chose not to do what your pain told you to do. What you did in that split second tells us something about your heart that makes you different from most people. That you don't let what's going on around you change how you act. That what other people say about you doesn't make you who you are, that you're always the same. It doesn't happen often. A lot of people do what they are told. The way they act pretty much tells you what's going on around them. They will be nice back if you are nice to them. They will hurt you back if you hurt them. You didn't show that what's going on outside of them changes who they are. You can't become someone you don't want to be, no matter how bad things get. That you are a strong person on the inside shows. This is what made God notice. Let me take you back to when this was seen. Not in the time of normal people, but in the time when you are always being watched. Your guardian angel was watching what was going on and writing down how you responded, how you felt, and the decisions you made in public. When you chose to be kind, instead of righteously angry, your guardian angel did something strange. This is normal for souls that are safe in heaven. They made a note of your case to look into it further. It doesn't happen often. Your guardian angel takes care of things most of the time. They only say no when they see something important that the people in charge need to see. Your case was sent right away to an archangel. Archangel Michael was busy with big things in space when he got the message. Big plans that change the way whole areas feel and fights that no one can see. But when he saw that your file was marked, he stopped. The note on your case said something that caught his eye right away. The sentence said, "This soul showed forgiveness at an enemy level while under active attack. Please explain what level of forgiving an enemy means." In spiritual battles, there is a way to separate the different ways that people feel pain. Most reactions can be put into groups that make sense. Angry, bitter, distant, and sad emotions are normal and to be expected. They don't need extra care because they always act the same way. On the other hand, there are not many people in the transcendent response group. People do this when bad things make them do good things. When they choose to bless instead of curse even though it hurts them, they bring love back into the world. This kind of reaction is so rare that it is sent automatically to the archangels to be looked at. Being this way means that a soul is working at a level that people can't normally reach. You were the one who raised that flag. Michael looked at what's been going on with you lately. Everything you did, everywhere you were, and every battle you fought inside that no one else could see. After seeing what he found, he asked for something really cool. He wanted to meet with you to talk about your case. Now, let me explain what this means. Archangel Michael is in charge of armies. The things he has to do are spread out in many ways. He should always pay attention to things that are important to everyone. He wants to talk about a single soul, which means that soul did something very important to deserve that much attention. From now on, your case will be handled differently because of what happened next. These are the things that important people said about you. Michael told the Divine Council about your case, but not as a problem that needs to be fixed or a case that needs help. Instead, he used it to show how amazing things are happening in the world of people. He taught them the right time to be nice. It was like he played back the struggle you were having inside. As a person, he showed you that your nature pushed you in one direction, but something deeper inside you chose a different one. In order to show that your act of kindness wasn't a one-time thing, he told them about your past. They always did the right thing instead of the wrong thing that was easier. Being honest when no one would notice if you lied and being kind to people who didn't deserve it and may never know how much you cared. There was something in the pattern that not even wise beings from heaven could quite figure out. You have been living like a special person, but you don't know it. They were happy with this. You did great things more than once, not just once. You have made many choices to be great without getting any credit or reward and without any promise that your choices made a difference. It was always the right thing to do. So you did it. Things are big or small, easy or hard, and expensive or cheap. Normal souls aren't always honest like this. Only souls who were made for a specific reason are. After that, God spoke, not in a voice we can hear, but with a divine feeling that everyone there could understand. Because these are not my words, I want you to think about what he said about you. This is what was said about your soul. This one makes me remember why I made people. Take a moment to think about that. The one who made everything. The one whose words made galaxies and the infinite intelligence that planned every atom in the universe. He saw the way you made decisions, how honest you were all the time, and how nice you were when things were rough. He told you that you help him remember why he made people in the first place. Because you did something that not even angels can do. Angels always live in God's glory. People obey because it's hard to think of a reason not to in that situation. They are loyal because they have seen God's reality for themselves. On the other hand, people live behind a curtain. You can't see God. We can't see into the spirit world. You must choose faith over proof. Being honest is better than getting something quickly. You were kind even though you weren't sure if it would help, and it did. You made the right choice even though you couldn't see. You didn't give up when you couldn't hear God's voice. You loved even though you couldn't see clear proof of it. This is what angels love most about people who have been picked. This is why Archangel Michael came over to check on you. God thought this was cool. If someone has a soul like yours, they can choose light when there is darkness around them. Faith when they have doubts and love when they are in a lot of pain. I will now show you why not even Archangel Michael thought you would do this. Michael looked at your file for the first time months ago and thought it was fine. He knew what you were called to do, what you were good at, and what you could do. But his plan for your growth was based on normal times. He thought you would get to this level of spiritual maturity after more practice, more clear wins, and more clear signs that would help you believe. When you were going through the worst time of your life, he didn't think you would be able to fight so well spiritually. Here's what you did when you chose kindness over righteous anger. It wasn't the right thing to do. It dealt a huge blow to the groups and people who have been working against you. Let me explain how this works. There's a reason why darkness goes after a chosen one. They want to mess with your spiritual energy and bring you down to their level so they can work with you. This is because when you respond to hate with hate, you leave God's protection and join the group of people who can control you. Each attack on you is meant to make you hateful, angry, and more likely to act badly again. So they can legally be in charge of you. They want you to work in the dark. From a strategic point of view, though, you made a big mistake when you chose to be kind and love them back when they attacked. You fought them with their own strength. If you send someone bad energy and they respond with good energy, the bad energy doesn't just go away stronger. It goes back to where it came from. You didn't know it, but what they sent to hurt you also hurt them. Clear's throat. Michael was surprised by what he saw because what you did wasn't a response or trick you had learned. It came from inside you. When everyone and everything tells you to be something else, you choose to be loving, forgiving, and kind. He wasn't ready for this. He knew you weren't even close to being able to do something at this level. He didn't think you'd get there so fast in such bad weather and with so little help. No one knew you would grow so quickly. Now I'll show you proof that it really did happen since you already saw what happened because of recognizing God even if you didn't understand why they were happening. First, here is proof. Attacks have not been successful at all. Remember the last few weeks. It was clear that person wanted to hurt you because they said bad things about you, did bad things to you, and sent you bad energy. Now, think about what happened to them. Things, snorts, are going wrong for them out of the blue. They thought they had things under control, but then everything went crazy. For no reason, things that were working for them stopped working. It's not just luck. This is not a normal case of karma. God's protection around a soul gets much stronger when God feels moved by it. This is how your new spiritual state looks right now. Attacks don't just fail, they come back stronger. What was sent to hurt you now hurts the person who sent it. You might have seen this and wondered why your enemies are having such a hard time right now. Second piece of proof. Despite everything that's been going on, you've had a lot of peace. Some of the things you were going through should have made you feel overwhelmed. You should have been crushed by the weight of what you were facing. Anyone else would have been worried to death. You found peace, though. Even though things didn't get better, there was peace in the midst of the chaos, keeping still when everything else was shaking. There's no reason for this peace. It's clear because your life is getting extra attention from heaven. Heaven gives off a strange kind of peace that doesn't make sense to that soul. This is how you felt. You might have been curious about where it came from. Third proof, you're getting clearer. Things that were hard for you to decide before look better now. It's now easy to see what was once hard to see. You have no way of knowing what you're saying. Why is this? Because you aren't getting information from big visions or voices. Instead, you are getting it from quiet feelings, sudden understanding, and gut feelings that are right. Your connection to God's knowledge has grown stronger. You're getting better help now than before. This is just the start. Fourth, snorts, proof. The wrong people have been leaving. You're no longer with people who were draining you. The people who were blocking your path have moved out of the way. The things that were holding you back have been fixed. This might not have happened just because of what you did. They left right away. Things are not the same anymore. The door's shut. This is God making things right again. You need a new place to be now that you have a new job. Over time, people and things that didn't work with your plans have been taken away. This is how things will stay. Don't try to hold on to things that God is taking away. It's getting ready for something better. Fifth proof. You think that something big is going to happen soon. It's been on your mind that something big is going to happen, but you can't quite put your finger on it. The feeling that something important is going to happen soon. You can't just wish for this. This is what a prophet knows. Your spirit knows things your mind doesn't understand yet. Something is really going to happen. It has something to do with the fact that God knows who you are. Now I'll tell you what has been decided about your future. God started a process in heaven when He told you what He thought of your soul and said that you remind Him why He made people. The term for this is accelerated fulfillment. Gifts and tasks are usually given to people who have been chosen at regular times. Things take years to plan out before they happen. A slow rise before a big blessing and steady progress toward their goal. But this changes when fulfillment speeds up. Being told this means that heaven thinks you've already done enough to move on more quickly because you are a strong person. You don't need to spend a lot of time getting ready. You can also get things that other people would have to wait longer for because of what you've already shown. This could mean a number of things in real life. Now, blessings that were supposed to happen later are happening now. Now are the chances that were planned for the future. Doors that aren't supposed to be open are being opened early today. You didn't expect things to happen this quickly. You didn't think breakthroughs would happen this early. Also, things are moving again where they were stuck. It's going to get stronger. The speed is beginning to pick up. What it also means is that the opposition is being killed on purpose and not just for a short time. Bad guys are being moved around. There is no way for you to attack. You no longer have to deal with the normal resistance that makes someone's move more slowly. This is a time of unusual favor, not because of what you did, but because of how you behaved. This means that you should be protected at all costs. Please understand the following about the duty that comes with this. Heaven cares so much about a soul that it's not just that soul. People aren't helping you just because it's good for you. You are being prepared to make a difference in the world, not just in your own life. You weren't just nice to me when things got tough. It's meant to reach other people through you. You will meet people who are going through the same thing you are in the coming days and weeks. It's up to them whether they want to be angry or nice. Now is your chance to show them it's possible. You can show them that being kind even when things are hard by how you act. To show that you can be true to yourself even when everyone else wants you to give up. It's not by preaching or giving religious talks but by just being yourself. The people around you will be energized, which will help them do their best. Your story will help people feel better if they are ready to hear it. People who don't believe in change will see that it is possible because of your change. This is the reason why God cared so much about your case. More good things will happen to you. Not because you need them, but because your rise helps a lot of people in your circle of influence rise, too. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give and it will be given to you is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose. Join the conversation and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. Type 777 in the comments if this revelation really hit you and you are sure that you are a chosen one whose actions have caught God's attention. This will make the frequency of divine recognition stronger. Follow this channel, like it, and make sure all of its alerts are turned on if you want to learn more about how heaven is watching your journey and planning your breakthrough. You are taking on the traits that made God happy, and they will rub off on everyone you meet. God saw your attitude, and even Archangel Michael was surprised by it. It is now a part of your spiritual makeup. People nearby will also feel it. It's now a part of you. In his last look at your case, Michael wrote down some things that I will now tell you. At the Archangel level, every soul that is being looked at is given a classification, which is a title that tells you who they are spiritually at war with. This tag will stay with them for as long as they live on earth. And past that. This is what it says about you. Warrior of light who has shown what you can do. I'll explain what each part of that means. Demonstrated means that something has been done, not just that it is possible to do something. Many of the chosen could be warriors. In real life, not many people can show it. You did. You weren't put together that way based on what you might do because of what you did in the past. Clears throat. In spiritual terms, a warrior is someone who is actively fighting battles. It's not enough to just watch. You're not just learning the truth, you're living it. You believe in more than just light. Because you're making it darker, it's getting darker. How often you work is shown by the phrase light. Fighters of all kinds can use different types of power to win. Some people fight because they are mad, which can work for a while. Some people fight because they feel they have to, which is a good reason, but not very strong. But fight from the light, which means fight with love, goodness, and kindness for spiritual battle. This is the strongest energy. You use light to fight. You didn't turn into darkness when it was dark. You got brighter instead. What made your answer so unique and powerfully effective was this. This group is now following you. This is how the books in heaven know who you are. That's what the angels say about your case. From now on, people will treat you differently because this is how heaven sees your whole life. First, resources are given to warriors of light who have shown they deserve them. The first prayers that are heard are yours. First, your needs are met. Then, other work is done. Clears throat, your record now has something extra. This is a message from the divine council to you. Some people don't get this. It's only used for cases that had a real impact on people who watched heaven. Cases that helped me remember something significant. Case studies that people will use as guides in the future. This kind of note was sent to your case. Since this is only for you, let me read it to the person who has been chosen to receive it. Your reaction to pain has been recorded as proof that souls can work at levels of power we didn't think they could while still in body. You reminded us that the limits we see in people are not built into them. They are choices people make when they are under a lot of stress. You made a different choice which increased what we think is possible for your species. Your file has been marked to be looked at more closely. Not because you need to be fixed, but because your progress shows how chosen people can reach their full potential even when things are hard. Tasks are being given to you that match what you've already shown you can do. These tasks are not lessons. They are an honor. You have shown that you can deal with problems with grace. So you will be given situations where grace is really needed. We will keep putting the attitude that impressed us to the test. Not because we don't believe you, but because showing it over and over again makes you stronger and gives others more proof. God is very happy with you. It's okay to move on because you know that the most important people have seen your case and that everything that comes your way has been screened because everyone knows who you are. You were meant to get this message. You were meant to find this video at this point in your journey when you needed to be sure that the choices you made were the right ones. When you need to know that everything you've been through has been leading to something, you want to be sure that God was watching. You now know that the way you did things made God happy. The Archangel Michael didn't see it coming. There is proof that the Celestial Council wrote it down. What you did has changed your whole future. You didn't know this was going to happen, clears throat, when you made those decisions. You didn't know that heaven was watching when you chose to be nice instead of mad. You had no idea that people would be so interested in your answer. Still, that makes it very strong. No one was there to see you put on a show. It's not like you were trying to impress gods. You were just being yourself. And that's what made it about you. This message wasn't found by accident. This is a divine appointment that was made just for you. In the dark, when it gets cold again and night falls on your heart, I'll be there with you through all the pain. In the dark, when it gets cold again and night falls on your heart, I'll be there with you through all the pain. Oh, in the dark, when it gets cold again and night falls on your heart, I'll be there with you through all the pain. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our COF community, by doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says, this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment, a place where divine abundance is not just a hope but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry. When Jesus says, "Give and heaven will open over you" on this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall. Share your heart. And as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now. Join the family and see your heavens.